Hey all, I am so excited to have finally decided how I am going to keep track of credits for my digital scrapbooking layouts. If you upload to a gallery online or share in a Yahoo group or share anywhere else, you need to give credit to the designers for the kits and elements and things that you put on that page. This has been a big problem for most scrapbookers to decide how they're going to do this. There are quite a few different methods that you can do this, but none of them ever really worked for me until now. I've decided I'm going to utilize this method that I'm getting ready to show you. Now, even if you don't upload and share on an online environment, it can be good to keep track of it, because you may say to yourself, I remember that tag that I used in that layout. I wonder where I got that from. I want to use it in another layout. Well, keeping track of the credits will help you in that manner if you just want to do it for your own personal use. And so I have the Windows Live photo gallery here, and I'm going to show you how this works in conjunction with the regular folder system in Windows. I'm not sure about Mac users. I'm sorry about this. I'm a Windows user, but maybe something will click for you too if you're a Mac user. And then how it also works in conjunction with Photoshop Elements. So let's go back to the Windows Live photo gallery, and I have three copies of documents, two templates, and a layout that I'm going to play with. They're just copies, so if I kind of mess them up, it's okay, just so that I can show you how this system works. On this layout here, I made that background paper with some doodles from the Scrapping Cop. And so I'm going to start by giving credit for that, just to show you how this works. So I'm going to click down on it. If you've got info off, you won't see this area to the right hand side, so make sure that's turned on. And over here you're going to see where it says caption, and to add a caption. And I'm going to simply type in there Scrappin' Cop Doodles. Now, you might think that that's kind of an odd location to be putting your credits. It was for me until I got to playing with it a little bit more. You'll see now when you go back into your folder system, I have over here, it says Scrappin' Cop Doodles, under a column called Title. This column is not automatically the default, seen as through the default settings, so you have to add this column in your Windows folders. And you'll have one called Name and Date Modified and Size and some others. To see these, you need to go under View and then Details. Okay, and once you have View and Details, here's another way to view it too. You know, I could have medium icons, but whoops, I clicked on Slideshow, I don't want that. Click back on Details, and the columns show up. And then if you just go out here to the edge, past all of your columns that you already have, and right click, you're going to see where it says the ones that are currently available, and you can click on them to make them disappear. Maybe let's say I don't want ratings, see, and I can click on that and make it disappear, or I can get it back by clicking on it again. But if you move down to the bottom where it says More and click on it, you can see all of the options that are available. You can have any number of columns for any number of things. And if you would scroll down to the T's, they are alphabetical, and you will see titles. Actually, it's up here now because I've got it checked, but I originally found it down in the T's. And click on it, it will make another column appear for titles. Now, what's great about this is it is also searchable. It is searchable here in the Windows Live Photo Gallery. So if I would search for Scrapin' Cop, it's going to come up with the one thing that has Scrapin' Cop in the caption. What's hard to remember is they use the word caption here in the Windows Live Photo Gallery and not the word title, but it is actually putting it in as a title. If you go over here to this file and you right click on it and choose properties, it comes up with the properties. You click on the details tab and you can see here the title is Scrapin' Cop Doodles. So that is where it is putting it. It is putting it into the properties when you put it into that caption. And I could click on here, you can see, and edit it. Maybe I just want to call it a doodle and not doodles. And so you can change that from here also. So if you wanted to add the properties by right clicking, you can see it changed. And then when you go over here to the Windows Live Photo Gallery, it's no longer plural. And so it's changing it wherever it goes. Same thing goes for Photoshop Elements. If I take this and I drag it in here to open it up and go to File and File Info, you can see the document title is my credits. And so as long as I put all of my credits, and I can put a comma here and go ahead and list all of my credits, it will show up in all of the locations. Now see here it says caption, so don't be confused. And there's also tags. You can go in here and actually write your tags in here also. If this is, I could put my grandparents' names or whatever else I want to tag it with. That will work with the tag system over here in Windows Live Photo Gallery. Now I want to show you what's so cool about this. What if you don't even let me clear this search. What if you don't even open up Windows Live Photo Gallery and you're just browsing here in your folders and you want to search for it? I'm just going to simply do the same thing in my search here and put in Scrapin' Cop. If you would spell it right, it would work. And there it is. I'm not even done with the word. And so I'm searching for it in just this one folder, and there it pops up. The bad thing about this is I've played with it today for quite a while, and it does not work with PSD files. Now the PSD files do have the place where you can open it up in Photoshop Elements and choose Info and write things in it there. You can keep the credits there for PSD files, but no matter what I did, I could not get them to show up here. But for me, I've always got my JPEG right with my PSD files. Some people even delete their PSD files after they know that that their layout is exactly as they want it, because obviously from the size here you can see how much space those PSD files take up compared to the JPEGs. So many people will even delete the PSD file photo gallery. So I've tested it. I've been able to put let me Control C and then Control V, and you can see I'm pasting Scrapping Doodle over and over and over and over and over and over and over. So I was able to write a whole lot in here. And then if you can see that just changed. And then we can go into Properties and Details, and you can see all those that I copied and pasted are there. So it does allow for quite a bit of room when you are when you have a lot of, I'm going to change this here, when you have a lot